what wedding guests actually remember and what they don't. One of the big stresses comes from what people actually think. And, from a style point of view, like, are people going to judge me on what I'm wearing or what shoes I have on or what earrings? Or are they going to judge me on the groom's hairstyle or venue choice? Or is the food menu varied enough? So, after photographing lots and lots of weddings, I can tell you that people notice less than you might think. Um, I notice things because I run around capturing detail, but I know a lot of that detail is missed, especially sometimes when it comes to really expensive, sort of generic table toppings and things. Like, you could save a lot of money there and put it into something which is a lot more noticeable and maybe a little bit more personal. Because some of the best toppings and some of the best attention to detail at weddings is stuff that's actually really personal, and that doesn't have to come at a huge cost. So, I want to talk about what guests actually remember. Most guests don't remember specific decorations. They don't remember chair covers, they don't remember exact colour schemes, they don't really notice tiny styling details. And I know you put a lot of effort in thinking about this, but a lot of stress can come from that because, we're always so hard on ourselves about what people will think. And just remember, these people are your favourite people. They also don't remember small delays because they don't really know the schedule. Even though I think it's kind of important to give people an idea of what is going to happen during the day so people don't feel lost. If there's a 5 or 10 minutes here, then people don't notice because for them it's just a day out. Well, it's not just a day out, it's your wedding day, but it's a day out that they don't really have to worry about or contribute too much. They're just getting dressed up, they're having a couple of drinks, and they're enjoying your day. So they're not out to nitpick at your work, and they don't know what to expect. So you can get away with quite a lot. So if things go off plan, try not to worry too much. Those details matter far more to couples than they ever will do to guests. So just try and relax on that point. Section 2. What do guests actually remember? So what guests remember is how they felt. Whether they felt relaxed or whether it was a welcoming feeling or whether they just had a nice time, that these are the big feelings that they take away from weddings. Nobody walks away thinking, I'm not too sure about that purple table decoration, but these are the things couples can worry about unnecessarily. So try not to let yourself get carried away with all those sorts of anxieties around what people think. What they will remember is how they were greeted and how comfortable they felt, and how easy it was to spend time with other people. So creating that calm and relaxing environment and fun environment, they're going to remember that way more. They're going to remember the people that they met, putting a group of people in a room with another group of people that may never have met before. They're more likely to remember the conversations and the legends that they've met and, the people that they met in the smoking area, the people that they've shared a pint with. It's the conversation. It's a day to celebrate people, not to celebrate nitty-gritty, tiny details. And you can actually probably save yourself quite a bit of money by, just leaning into the fact that people are there to have a good time and not really pick up on these little details. Section 3, how couples set the tone. I've mentioned this in other videos. Guests take the cue from the couple, and you set the tone from the moment you arrive, whether you're going to set a big, fun, energetic wedding or something that's going to be a little bit slower and a little bit more calmer. But basically, if you're relaxed, they're relaxed. If you're stressed, they're going to feel that. So when couples enjoy themselves and stay present in the moment and in their day, the whole atmosphere changes. And that has a much bigger impact on them and your day than any tiny detail will do. So just try and remember that when it comes to scheduling your wedding. Always think how do I want people to feel at this moment in time? How do I want them to, you know, at a specific moment, do you want them to cry? Like, what would make them cry? It could be a song choice. It could be writing your own vows. It could be, something that you're going to say in your speech that's going to make them cry. Or if you want them to laugh, or if you want them to dance, you settle that with what it is you choose, and just think how you want people to feel. At my wedding, for example, I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew exactly how I wanted people to feel. We didn't spend a fortune on random bits that no one would notice, but we did put a lot of time into song choice. Coming down the aisle song, we had everyone in bits by our song choice and our timings on when we walked down the aisle and what we did when we got to the bottom. And, it all just happened so naturally because we were focusing more on how we want to feel, which then led on to how our guests felt, and everybody felt it, and it was a great day. So consider that. Section 4, people over perfection. The weddings guests talk about for years to come are the ones that weren't the most perfect. They're the ones where people connected, where conversations flowed, where there was warmth, and where things felt natural. Those memories last way longer than the details. So focus on your people more rather than the small details, and you'll have a better outcome. Section 5, a reassuring truth. Here is the reassuring bit. If your guests leave feeling happy and well looked after and included, then you've done it right. Even if a few things weren't exactly as you planned, they're not going to be aware of that. How they feel at the end of the day is going to affect how you feel at the end of the day. So always put to the front of the queue how you want people to feel and how you want to feel. It's your day. How do you want to feel? Do you want to be stressed and running around and worried about timings? Or do you want to be spending loads of time with the people that matter the most to you? Your day will go fast. Your day will go really fast. And if you have got a large crowd of people, and that could be anything over 50, you're going to struggle to spend as much time as you want with these people. So take your time, make sure you're giving yourself enough breathing space to spend time with people, because honestly, my day disappeared like that, and I wish I could just go back. I wish it lasted a week, because that's how much time I felt like I needed to be able to connect with all the people. And like I had 3 bands on and it was a little bit crazy, but I had people running all that because, as I said in previous videos, put people to work, put your best man to work, put your people to work, find who's got skills in your people. And people want to help. People don't mind helping. It makes them feel included and it gives them something to do. People like something to do because if they don't have too much to do, then they can end up getting really drunk really early. But that is another video about sort of when drink goes out and how you want people to be, because you can't expect people to start drinking at midday and then still be sort of like full of energy and beans at 10 o'clock at night. And then you could be really sad when everybody leaves at 11 o'clock and you've got your DJ till midnight. It's sort of like takes the sting out at the end of the day. So I'd really consider that. So if you're planning a wedding and you're worrying about the details, this channel is here for you. I want to help you focus on what really matters. I share calm, honest wedding advice based on my experience, and I post new videos every Wednesday. So if this kind of content is something that you find useful, then please keep up with me. Come on this journey with me. I'll come on this journey with you. And hopefully we can just go through this journey, which, could be 18 months or 2 years for some people. And you don't want to go through that completely stressed, because that's where a lot of the stress lives. And if you go into your wedding day stressed and worried about the little stuff, then it is going to show. Ultimately, you want to be focusing on how you want people to feel. So until then, happy planning. And if you've got any questions, feel free to put them in the comments, because I will be running live Q&A sessions on YouTube. And I look forward to answering some of your questions on the spot. So, yeah, happy planning and try and have fun because it can be fun.